Why police keep stopping people for nothing at all, more than to get a lunch money? And if it's middle of the night, they want the money. They can't tell the lunch money. And if you give them a certain portion of money, they say, boy, I told you, you know, motorway I deal with. Eh? Why stay that way there? No. The government did make some pronouncements last year and the year before last too, where a whole heap of things them are going to clamp down pan. I don't see them a clamp down pan, none of them, because it's prevalent right around the place. You see two people dead this morning or yesterday. It's a van man broke a line, you know, and go up on the right hand side of the road, you know, broke the line. And ram up a next one and kill two people. Some other people in the hospital. This is the Stepping Razor, the art of war. We're there with you. And next Thursday. And the sun is bright outside. Bright, yes. I hear of all the people them who I get through with some form of help to really relieve them of the stress and the pain and the agony and maybe brain damage and all them something there. We have a sister here in the day are going to talk about wellness and how maybe you can ease yourself from a lot of the pain that is caused by this woman named Melissa. She will kind of give some tips on how you can maneuver yourself, especially in a them time, because it's rough. You know, in the other day, things get shorter and other things get longer. So I have to just work with it, you understand? So, we see overseas Donald Trump, army, turn pirate, because them take over one ship where carry Venezuelan oil. And that is just piracy. You know, when you dip on the sea and you travel in a one boat or ship and some man come and attack it, you'd have to call the man them pirate. And when them ask him, okay, so you get the ship, what you going to do with the oil? Him say, well, we might just keep it. Just like that, we might just keep the oil. Because really and truly, this argument about Venezuela and Maduro and all these things is nothing but is the oil them want, because according to right here, Venezuela is the largest oil reserve. Big producer of oil. And it's long time them I try to get out this brother and can't get him out. Well, this man here is hell-bent and get him out because he have a large amount of, he have thousands of troops gather around the island. And he have threatened to go up on land too. What a thing. That is what you call crazy. Craziness. And you know, say, the country there really supply China with oil. China never take it lightly. China never take it lightly at all. So we also see what happen out of that, because, you know, if them attack Venezuela, the next place where them are going to come is Cuba. Yes. Them are going to go Colombia too. They make a round the trip round the world on the Caribbean. Yeah. They will go in a Cuba, because Cuba is a no-no zone too. Where them say Cuba is a communist country. For a long time, they might try to get rid of that communist country, because it poses a threat to them security as it relates to who control where and when and how and why. These people is not lovely at all, why? They're not really lovely. No. from this program Company Radio and the other program, we have always been trying to get the youth them fair get involved with some form of agricultural activity. You know, we emphasize that more than most things on these two programs, the Cutting Edge and this program, where we try our best to instill in the youth them that farming is not a bad thing. It's not a dirty work. You understand? Because every day you get up, you want something to eat and drink. And what you're eating and drinking come from out of the earth. So the reality is that you should be able to provide some form of food, not only for yourself, but for others. Yes, and you can't complain say you don't have no land. You can create the space for agricultural activity. Yes. No matter where you live, even at the garrison, even if the whole of your house, the whole of your yard is concrete out, we done show you already what to do. We're going to take a break for the news and sports and come forward.
2 people were killed in a crash along Queens Highway in Discovery Bay this morning. One of the deceased has been identified as 29-year-old Sasha-Lee Williams of Spice Hill, Duncans, Trelawney. The crash, which occurred shortly after 10 a.m., involved a white Toyota Hiace and a Toyota RAV4, which were traveling in opposite directions. Police say upon reaching a section of the road, the driver of the RAV4 overtook a line of traffic and collided with the Hiace motor vehicle. Miss Williams, who was a passenger in the RAV4, died on the spot. The other 4 occupants of both vehicles were taken to hospital, where another person succumbed. The others have been admitted for treatment. A case of assault involving 2 constables and a civilian was completed and discharged by the court on Tuesday, December 9, following a successful mediation exercise. The outcome of the mediation was the complainant's acceptance of compensation in the amount of $200,000. Constables Carlos Douglas and Wayne Wilson had been placed before the Portland Parish Court on August 12, 2025 for the charge of assault occasioning actual bodily harm following an investigation by the Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom and a ruling from the Office of the Public Prosecutions. The incident occurred on November 23, 2024 during a spot check request by 3 officers along West Street in Portland. CCTV footage proved useful in the investigation as the video evidence corroborated the complainant's report of use of force against his person, which the officers omitted from their report of the incident. Subsequent to the successful mediation and confirmation of payment to the complainant, the Crown offered no evidence and the 2 police officers were formally found not guilty. In news overseas, the United States seized an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela yesterday. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the tanker is a sanctioned shadow vessel known for carrying black market sanctioned oil to the Iranian military. According to Leavitt, the U.S. intends to seize the tanker's oil, but adds that it's subject to a legal process. Venezuela's government has accused the U.S. of international piracy and says its objective has always been to seize Venezuelan oil without paying any compensation. U.S. President Donald Trump has ramped up his rhetoric against Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro in recent months, accusing him of forcing criminals into the U.S. and facilitating drug smuggling, which Maduro denies. And finally, a Kenyan court has suspended the implementation of a landmark $2.5 billion health aid deal signed with the U.S. last week over data privacy concerns. It follows a case filed by a consumer rights lobby seeking to stop the alleged transfer and sharing of Kenya's personal data under the agreement. The interim ruling now bars Kenyan authorities from taking any step to put the deal into practice. Since the deal with Kenya, Donald Trump's administration has signed similar agreements with other African countries as it overhauls its foreign aid program. Under its new global health aid strategy, the U.S. prioritizes direct deals with governments rather than channeling funding through aid agencies.
Yes, we're there with you. we just talk about what we have been on for years as it relates to planting food. Now, a whole heap of youth go into that. Them prefer sit down on the corner and smoke a spliff and have one cup in them and little bit of thing look like wee in there. And them chat pure foolishness. Sit down there on the corner. And a whole heap of them, them family have land. Maybe not a big piece of land, but enough land we can make certain things go on for the family. But them do into that. Them in a quick money. And all sort of liquor. And girls and all them something there. Now, why may I say this? We reach a serious point in Jamaica right now, as we can see, where food security should be the highest priority. Because everybody have to eat. Everybody. How much million people in Jamaica? 2.5 million, something like that, and nearer to 3. Every one of those people have to eat. Can you imagine if the people them who plant a breadfruit tree years before a whole heap were born, coconut tree they there for years, every time it come up, it drop coconut, and it start to bear again. It drop more coconut, start bear again. And then we have other food, mango, not to mention mango and pear, where everybody loves so much. Most of the one them where they on the street I sell pear and mango. Never plant a mango tree yet. Never plant a pear tree yet. But them eat it every season. Why is it that the youth them tend not to want to deal with agriculture? Because they remember how them grandfather used to stay in a country. Them have on the water boat and them clothes look dirty with a donkey. And that don't look enticing to them. But them days they don't know. Because if you go and send it and see the farmer them, especially the younger farmer them have them van and pick up melon and pick up squash and all these things and pack up them van and go on a market, go sell it wholesale. And in the night, then go party in the van with them girl. So them now miss nothing. But the majority of youth is the problem. And today we want to really talk to the youth them who just sit down on the corner. Them just sit down on the corner. Not doing nothing the whole day, harass people. Some of them claim say them have put people in a bus and grab on people luggage and you have a whole woman them and go cross the road. And the woman them don't want that. Them want just walk go and take any bus them want. Them want you all and pull them for going on the bus when you want them going on. That is a problem too. Sometimes it causes fight. Me see it all the while, Sometimes it causes all fight. Because one had grabbed someone one way and the other one had grabbed the other one the other way. And every one of them people say, you take food out of them mouth. Them way there. So, we understand and we know that there's certain things that need to be out, but we don't want to come off of this topic here. We are say we need to create the enthusiasm amongst the youth them for plant food. First time you could have get some man or youth for chop out some land for a certain portion of money. Now Not even the money can entice them for them chop out the land. Can you believe that? It's a good work that, you know. Because right now some man a charge you some money there where unbelievable. Unbelievable. But still can't get them to do it. And you pay them above the grade where them know say it's supposed to go far. But them can't do it. If you go up on a car and say, why you have a piece of land and chop out, you know, where I say. The first thing I want to tell you, say, boy, I'm busy, you know. You know what I say, you're busy. Where you busy at, though? Sit down on the corner, a roll spliff, and I trouble the woman them where I pass. It's crazy. It's crazy. Really. No. Really and truly no. The government, I know they say anytime the government start to declare certain things, it happens for a couple of months and that's it. Remember the loud music from bus and all them something there? Or the conductor them will stand up on the door side and a swing and a swing. You remember them something there where them say, them now go tolerate that zero tolerance? That done away with. That done away with. Loud music, for especially the coaster bus them. Why you want to live, which part me live? When you hear a coaster bus come down from Lawrence Tavern, you know, it's like stone love in the bus. A serious thing. It's like stone love in the bus. And it drive and the nearer I get to you, the more you boom, boom, boom in the bus. And I know music like music, you know, where it's been fitting to one's ears, where you can say, why make you go and listen to it, you know. It don't have no clue of musical sensibility at all. How come you know you know, trust against them thing there again? The loud music on the bus. We know hear about that again. And it's still a go on. You go up the hill, and a man a drive behind in front of you, and when you see the carbon where I come out in bus, you have to wind up the glass quick. Because if that going on your stomach continuously, I go up the hill, you go home sick. We know hear nobody, we know all them a stop and, hey, a serious thing, you know. All these policemen do on the road at daytime is stand up and use them cell phone and talk to woman, or them stop you and I tell you, say, boy, at lunchtime now. That's what them do. One to them not a supervisor where drive past and say them do them work and that. Sometimes you drive and a man just wave you down, and when you look, it's a police. Them say, come over on the side there. And when you go up on the side, them don't want you for nothing, you know. Them a try to find something to tell you, say you did that do. And when really boil down to it, it's a lunch money, them a look. Lunch money. Warm to the law and order that we're supposed to have. Why police keep stopping people for nothing at all, more than to get a lunch money? And if it's middle of the night, they want the money. They can't tell the lunch money. You know. And if you give them a certain portion of money, they say, boy, I told you, you know, motorway I deal with. Eh? Why stay that way there? No. The government did make some pronouncements last year and the year before last too, where a whole heap of things them a go clamp down pan. I don't see them a clamp down pan, none of them, because it's prevalent right around the place. You see two people dead this morning or yesterday. It's a van man that broke a line, you know, and go over on the right hand side of the road, you know, broke the line. and ram up the next one and kill 2 people, some other people in the hospital, because I can't bother stay on the line. Now, how me I say all them traffic madness that go on the road, especially in the morning, where a taxi man just go around the whole of the traffic and go on the right side of the road, and I drive like wow to catch up. That's the next thing now come up the road. And by the time we reach down, they say block the road. And him can't get to come over. Because the man them see what him do and say, oh, me nah make him come over, you know. Him to stay on the line. And this will now come create problems and complications. Not to mention the road them want to fix. We want to get up all the mechanic them, you know. And all the people them who have sell car parts. We're going to get rich. Yes, we're going to get rich. Because you see them road they will mash up, them now fix for now. Now fix for now at all. Because there are other things I do. So the mechanic man, them better have car parts. Better have car parts because, trust me, the amount of car are going to mash up. It's not lovely at all. So how me can see them something and government now see it? Or how that go? Me I see too much. The people them is in problem. It's big problem. So, back to the last year or year before last, the government make an argument say they must get some people in the community to monitor the pre-the-last and the man them what thief people food. Warm to them man there because me not hear nothing more about it again. It's like them just make an announcement there. And everybody feels say, yeah, them will get so that many people are ball out say, them forget the man them who had do this thing. Them forget a gun. Them need to give them a gun. Because them say them are going to train them how to do certain things and this and this and that. We don't hear nothing more about that again. Meanwhile, back at home, the thief in the pre-last and them is the wickedest set of people them in Jamaica. Those men who watch your planting, watch your food, your vegetable them, watch your, which part you put your cow, and then little more, you wake up the next morning and you don't see it, you plant chop down, and more than likely them gone, somebody go sell it, and you go down walk past and see it, and buy it, and your plant never sell you. It's a terrible thing. Why the government cannot maintain what them say? Why is it that them bawl out loud about certain things and then eventually it just swivel down? It just go right down. The traffic on the road, terrible. And part of it is because the road them want to fix. Part of it is because the road them want to fix because the hurricane come. And we don't know, so them never did do the road them properly already. But now it worse. Because this hurricane has sink all hole. I say, sometimes I go down the hill. And I know which part of the hole them there though. I know which part of the hole them, I know which part to slow down, which part to swing over upon my right, which if I go nearer to the left and all them something there. But when you come up back, it come like some new hole in the road. I said, but we remember that road, that hole there, where me little go down. How it reach us all. Boom, you're dropping it. Then the thing is that when you go up, you know, and the hole over your side, you know, you try to avoid and go up on the right hand side, and a man come along same time. And it's one hell. Because you have to maneuver and go back over your side. And one of your wheel them go boom in the hole. A hole we are dealing with, you know. Big hole. And no easy hole up on the road, them, you know. Every road, you know. We're not talking about just back a road business, you know, back road. No. Main road. Main road. When you know, say, sometimes you see the traffic slow down, and you say, we are going down there, so. Nothing now going down there. And people are maneuver around the whole them. You can't ball now, you know, because them will say, them have bigger things to do in St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland, like say, the whole them in the road is not a big problem. Want to the garbage truck them. The garbage truck them not about again. You know, she say, too much garbage in the garbage bin them. No, Rasta. So, when them to them are going to have provost officers, they will have provost officers for monitor farms. They will get somebody reputable in the community and they will make them see over and try to prevent the bully by pre-larceny will take place. But I don't hear nothing more about it. I don't hear nothing more about this pre-larceny, these pre-larceny officers that is necessary and needed, especially in this time, yeah. Because the man them dip on the field them like they have freedom ground. Like them get up 5 o'clock a morning and go home 5 o'clock a evening. They will go like that them do. Whether the man farm, him get up 5 in the morning and left there and go home 5 o'clock in the evening. And when him gone home now, them just sleeping like some little rat. Like some little rat, some little drunk crow. At least a drunk crow now hide sometime. But them go like them a rat. What is it that the government is doing when they make these arguments about them going to have monitors for pre-larcenies? What we're going to do? They're going to wait till a man decides he can't take it no longer and chop up a man. Because you have some farmer who do that, you know. So, see the boy, will lay wait him, you know. And when the boy come out, boom, 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 chop him up. We still go back to the farming something, you know. Yeah, we still go back to it because it's necessary and important that we emphasize it. Because we can't talk about it too much. Some people might say, why you talk about the farming thing? Yes, we are talking about it because it seems as if the ones them not get the understanding of what go on. Food have to eat. Therefore, if food have to eat, I mean say food have to plant. Yes. If food have to eat, food have to plant. And it needs somebody to plant it. Anyway there. People are talking about St. Elizabeth, St. Elizabeth mash up there. You know how much land all over Jamaica we need for plant out. And then they talk about government land. Oh, government have land. Where government get land from? Where the government get land from? Them come make white people come tell them say, I for them land. The English come say I for them land, you know. And we take it from where they say a government land. Oh, England get it. A thief, them thief it. Them thief the land. And now them say, we're going to give the government jurisdiction for hold it for we. And them now start to put money upon it and tax it and all them something and I say, you can't go upon it. The people them, are the people them land, and the government land. People say government land, government get which part of the government get land from? Some of them just go in a politics the other day, how them get land? They never bite, they never bid feet or nothing. Them just have the land there, a waste. Years you see the land there, and the land nobody knows it. And as you go up on the land, so somebody will tell you, say, why you have to come off of the land because of government land. How then who are the government? How them tell you say are the people of the government? Then you want land for build house, you want land for plant food, and you can't get the land because they must say you don't have no paper. Which part England get paper from? To say them own the land. That them can now pass it on to the government. And the government can't say you have to pay all taxes for it. We're telling you about this guest that we have here. Her name is Paula Herlock, wellness specialist. And it says here, her journey of healing through meditation, movement, conscious food, and ancestral wisdom during the pandemic has shaped her mission to make holistic wellness accessible for all. Through retreats, talks, and coaching, Paula empowers communities to prevent and reverse lifestyle illnesses by returning to natural, traditional way of living. And she's a very good friend of mine. Good afternoon, Paula.
Thank you for having me this evening here.
Why, you don't know, I feel good for no say upon the program the other day, trust me.
I am so happy to be here, and big up all the listeners listening to Consciousness right through the afternoon. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you for what you do.
All right. So, I can tell you now, the genesis of this is because we was having a conversation, a podcast really.
Yes.
And the sister, last week we had her, Lataya.
Yes.
And she was talking about the seedlings that she did, and trust me, the line them never stop.
Nice. Very nice.
She really, them really take to her, you know.
Yes.
So we say, because you was there also,
mm-hmm.
we feel like you have something to offer, not as a farmer, but as a one who use the farming to elevate the people and them consciousness.
Yes.
All right. So,
absolutely.
what is a wellness specialist?
Well, a wellness specialist. Well, I call myself a wellness advocate, just so that I don't get in trouble with anybody, right? But I am advocating for people to remember who they are and their traditions. We had no health center here 300 years ago. We had no health. Our great-grandmothers and grandfathers and our great-great-grandmothers and grandfathers had no health centers and no medical doctors, yet they were strong, and they have produced arguably one of the strongest populations in the world, the most prolific, most creative, most amazing set of people on the planet. So they must have been doing something right. And what it really boils down to is that they were living very close to their land, and they remembered they had a lot of traditional wisdom and ancestral wisdom that they adhered to. For example, everybody in Jamaica knows growing up that they had to take bitters during the summer.
Yes.
And then when them finish grow up now, them stop take bitters. What do you think will happen if you're not getting rid of the parasites in your body? Then those parasites now grow into illnesses, and this is why we call them lifestyle diseases, because it's because of this modern lifestyle, eating processed food, going to work 9 to 5, being under pressure, and not spending time in nature, that causes diseases.
All right, so the bitters, what we are talking, I can mention Cersei is one of the main bitters everybody know. Tansy, I don't know if you know Tansy.
No, I don't know Tansy.
It's more bitter than Cersei.
Oh,
and then you have what we call single Bible, which is aloe vera.
Yes, you know? All of those things.
Those things was something where we usually get.
Yes.
Why you think, well, you say it already still, but there's almost like a reluctance to deal with this. Yeah, but even from what they call medical doctor, them feel that these things do have no use in a modern society.
Well, the beautiful thing now is that science is actually starting to look at these traditional remedies and see what the chemical constituents are that are causing all these wonderful healing properties. All the aloe vera has some compounds in them that are capable of healing the whole of the mucous membrane of your stomach, your entire gut, your skin, all of those things, yeah? Nobody had any science to do any laboratory testing back in our great-great-great-grandfather days, but they knew. They knew. And then what has happened is that modern society has spoiled us and given us sweet things. So we're constantly wanting sweet and salty things. And so the body needs bitter and sour in order to regulate and create the secretion of certain digestive enzymes. So when we don't include bitter and sour, then there are certain chemicals that don't get produced, and so we have problems in the body.
So explain to me what a normal session with Paula entail. What
well, you know,
when somebody come to you or a group come to you, what you do to them?
It's interesting because most of the people that come to me are people that are having problems with mental and emotional issues. And we talk through those things, but while we're talking through those things, I question them about their diet. And more often than not, there is a problem in the gut. Their diet is imbalanced, and there is a gut-brain relationship. And if the gut is overpopulated with a certain bacteria, then the brain is also going to have a problem. The messages, the signals between the gut and the brain get delayed or stalled, and then you have people being nervous, having anxiety, having depression. And once you balance off their diet and start them detoxing and getting rid of the parasites, then their mental and emotional state comes right back into balance. So it's interesting that you ask that question. Most people come to me with mental and emotional issues, which we can dial right back to diet and the overconsumption of processed foods.
All right. So right now there is a mental thing happening because of the hurricane. A lot of people start to get mental now about certain things, and them don't know whether them going or coming. What is it that you can advise these people to do?
Well, I think it's a combination of the
given that them don't have the food that is necessary right now to deal with what you say. What is it that psychologically you can do to help these people?
Well, what we can do, and I think it's not the people that can help themselves, it's really us who are unaffected that need to go in and give support to the people that are affected, right? Now, we all have to, if they were in the States, we would all say that they're all suffering from post-traumatic stress, right? Disorder, right? I mean, the fact is their stress has not abated. It is still ongoing. And so we as persons who are unaffected need to take the time to go in and spend time with them, talk to them, listen to them, let them know that we are thinking about them, we are trying to help them, and they are being seen. Because a lot of the people that I spoke with, I was down in Petersfield the other weekend, and one woman was moved to tears. You know why? She said she was feeling so much hope because this is the first time there was a setting where they could sit down with someone and talk to them and tell them what their needs were. Yeah? So we're seeing a lot of optics, people going down, placing care packages into people's hands, jumping into their car and leaving. And nobody's talking to them. Nobody's finding out how they're doing, you know? And that makes a big difference to know that there is someone else out there that is thinking about you and trying to solve your problem along with you. Yeah?
Is that true you're talking about?
Yes.
When we go down, when me and Jackie go down Treasure Beach there, we have a family where we say we specifically go to.
Yes.
And we was in them house a very long time, and they was sharing certain things and talking about certain things. And we say, them feel comfortable.
Yes.
You know, say, just drop off the food and gone, but you could have sit down with him an hour or two.
Yes.
The family, because the whole of the family gather in our parts there. In them
Absolutely. Do you know when someone has died in your family, when you talk to the closest relative, they keep regurgitating the story over and over again. They start to go into a loop. They're not aware of it. This is part of how they are processing their grief.
Yeah.
And so what you do, you hold their hands and you listen to them tell you the story 3, 4, 5 times. That's what they need. That's something that all of us can give them. So I want to encourage everybody who's listening, when you go down there, just spend a little time with them, listen to them tell you, man, when the storm blow, then stand up over there so, and then go over there so. It is helping them to process their grief, and that's all they need, a listening ear and caring, and a caring heart, if you ask me.
All right.
Yeah?
All right. The grief that elders feel, it's different from the grief that the children them feel. Can you detect a certain kind of grief that the children as opposed to the
Well, I
elders,
think, you know how they say children are very resilient. So because they have greater mobility, they will hop, skip, and jump, and they will go and play over there. That's where they will jump up and down on the step, because that's where the step used to be before, because that was their house. And they play, and they're processing in their way, their own small way, right? We need to pay attention to them too, and make sure that we're caring for their whereabouts, because remember, everything is just open now, right? So we have to look out for the predators. And then now the older people, they're not as mobile. Some of them are bedridden. Some of them have mobility issues. And so they are worried about where their next meal is going to come from, where they're going to sleep, who will change them because they can't go to the bathroom, if they have enough diapers, little things like that. So it really takes a community. And I will say this, Muta, as bad as we say Hurricane Melissa is, you know what Hurricane Melissa bring with? Community.
nearer to each other.
Yes, everybody lock up in them house, having their own life. Now everybody is out and everybody is looking out for each other.
Yeah,
and
nobody
this is a
no
beautiful
phone
thing.
to talk over the phone and ignore the one who they beside you.
Yes, that is what has been happening. So everybody is brought back to being present with the ones that are beside them, around them. Someone, Donisha, who is down in Petersfield, they were delivering free gas cylinders to a particular community. And everybody was afraid to go into that community because it's dangerous. And they went in despite the caution. And when they went in and they explained to somebody, then everybody started jump around and help them to unload the gas cylinders. And a lady took her one side and said to her, the first time I ever see them two they talk, You know what I mean? So it leveled the playing field. Suddenly, everybody had no roof. Everybody house broke away. And so everybody is understanding. And another thing that I realized, that everybody is at peace with what has happened. They are not feeling like victims. They, if you ask them what happened, they say, my house mash up. I don't have no roof, everything gone. And it's a matter of a fact thing. And that is what I love about Jamaican people and especially rural folk. They don't stress out the same way that town folk do. And I'm very glad.
Because town folk are more for lose.
Exactly that. And also, rural folk are actually closer to nature. And nature has the ability to regulate your nervous system. So if you're able to be out walking on the real ground with grass and tree and bush beside you, you are a different person than somebody who have concrete above, below, and to the side and all around. Yeah? So another good thing about this whole event is that it put people right back into nature, because nature is a healing modality. That's one of the things that Wellness Experience Jamaica has been promoting, that nature is actually a healing modality.
All right. When you say promote it, explain to the people what you do.
When we in Jamaica, not so bad. But you see, for people who are abroad, they don't realize that a trip to the river is therapeutic. Just sitting, the sound of the water is therapeutic. It does something to synchronize the left and the right hemisphere, right? Rain falling on your rooftop.
Oh, stop.
That is also therapeutic. You know how many people in foreign never hear rain fall upon their rooftop yet?
Because them have no zinc out stop.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah? So simple things like that. Going to the beach once a week. That water is very similar to the chemical composition of blood. Right? So when you are in the seawater, you're getting minerals going in through the skin. Yeah?
Wait. Step back a little. When you say the therapeutic in terms of blood and water, explain that.
It having sodium, it having chloride, it having magnesium, it having all of these elements, what we call the elements on the periodic table. They are dissolved inside of seawater. So when you go into seawater, you're getting minerals in through your skin that you would normally have to get through eating food. You see, like how sea moss, Irish moss is very good for you. Yeah. The reason why Irish moss is very good for you is because Irish moss grow in the sea and all the minerals in the sea get taken up by the Irish moss. Yeah. So when you go in the sea to swim or just soak on a Saturday or a Sunday, you are doing your body a whole lot of good. And not only are you doing your body a lot of good, we all have an energy field, what we call your aura. And when you go into the seawater, you're cleansing your aura. Yeah? So it's powerful when you go and spend time in the river or in the sea. It's the same thing. You still get your aura cleansed, but you get more minerals from the seawater than from the fresh water. So
you'd have recommend seawater over river water?
No, because guess what? Both of them have different qualities. So, I always talk about the charge that we are electromagnetic. The energy from the sun is electric and the energy from Mother Earth is magnetic. We are the bridge between heaven and earth, the heavens and the earth. And we carry an electromagnetic charge. So the fresh waters have a little bit more of a magnetic quality because it's coming from the earth. And the seawater has a little bit more of an electrical charge on it because of the amount of minerals. So it is a serious chemistry that is going on in nature, and we just take it for granted. This is why you feel your mood is elevated after you spend a little time in the river or you spend a little time at the beach.
Where I say, Paula, is that when I used to live in the bush,
yes,
and amongst a whole heap of Rasta,
yes,
even though them never have the words where you have,
yes,
but it's a similar thing them used to mention,
Of course.
Them say the same thing them where you are talking about the connection between the river and the sea, and to say air itself and the food and thing.
Yes.
Give you a perspective where when you come in a town, man, people are wonder if I'm mad, you get mad. Yeah, we get vexed. We're on the road driving, we want to tell everybody about them parts. We stand up in a bank line, we want to cut off the person in front of we behind we. We vex, we cut off security, we cut off everybody. It's because we're disconnected from nature, right? And we're not eating enough natural food. And so our liver is toxic. You see, when your liver toxic, you're bad-tempered, you talk loud and you make noise. Yeah, that's true.
You're angry all the time.
That's true.
Yeah?
That's true.
So, you see, when you drink your bitter herbs now, you cleanse and detox the liver. And your temperament change.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Right. I can ask you something now.
Yes.
When you have a session, a group session,
yes,
tell me what you go through. First, how you start the session, really?
We start the session always with breath work because the breath is the foundation of our life. Yeah. And modern life and rush and haste and deadlines and schedules make us breathe shallow. And when we breathe shallow, we don't have enough oxygenation of our blood or our brain. So we always start off our sessions with deep breathing and relaxation. Intentional relaxation. Just doing that gets the central nervous system relaxed. In other words, the flight or flight action is subdued and someone feels relaxed and safe.
No, but
and they
all
close
right,
their
you're
eyes.
saying word, but what you're doing when you're saying these things?
No, man, we do it. We actually make people slow down and stop and relax them first.
Okay.
And then we go into whatever we need to go into, whether we're talking about food and the benefits of drinking teas to get the body ready in the morning. You know, in Jamaica, we drink bush tea from morning till night. In America, everybody drink a glass of orange juice.
Or coffee.
Or coffee, right? What does coffee do? It creates an adrenaline rush. Yeah?
Oh, yeah?
But their nervous system is shut all the time. They're constantly in fight or flight.
We never drink coffee yet. We don't know why.
It's not, it is a phenomenon that is meant to dehydrate you and overstimulate you. It's not good for the body, right? Tea that we drink in Jamaica has less of the caffeine in it, so it does a lot more to soothe us. So we drink mint tea and we drink lemongrass and we drink blue vervain. Those things, and soursop leaf, those things are calming and nourishing for the nervous system. So let me tell you something. You see, our great-grandfather and grandfather and them, they knew what they were doing. They were never trying to overstimulate. They were always trying to calm the nervous system. And so that is what we do when we do our retreats. First thing, everybody get tea, detox tea that they start taking from the moment them arrive. Them take it in the night and them take it in the morning. It's bitters and it's herbs that cleanse the blood, detox the liver, right? Detox the lungs, right? And so by the time you finish with that detox blend of teas, you're seeing the world totally different. You're calm. You relax. Some people, them don't even know what it's like to relax. Them can't sleep. Them have to take medication to go sleep. Them have to take medication to wake up. Right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So those are the kinds of people that will come to my retreat from the U.S. You know? Jamaicans are wiser than they think. They have so much...
little.
Yes.
We was talking about our project, but the physical thing now, helping the roof, the house.
Yes.
They have some call it.
Yes, collaboration. Right. So the whole idea of that project, it's what we call sustainable hurricane relief for the victims between Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth. The whole idea is to, as quickly as possible, try to create as much housing solutions, power solutions, and food security solutions. So our desire, is to, right here in the month of December, get as many people, into a container home as possible. Now, the container homes are not cheap, right? But what we feel is that it would be a start. And we would love to start it because we know the Jamaican people will follow fashion. And if we start it, then we start to follow. But when we checked out the price, for example, of a 9 by 20 container, which is a very small space, but guess what? It can hold about 6 people comfortably to sleep in a safe, warm, dry environment. Because rain still falls.
I don't cut you. Jackie, we move a mattress.
Yes.
Right? Fairly new mattress. And yes. Someone. And we said, Jackie, where you get a mattress? She said she get a family. Someone said you get a family. She said, you like no see 3 people sleep on the mattress.
Yes, sir.
And it's not a double bed mattress,
Yes.
Yes. So 3 people sleep on one mattress.
So you can imagine 9 by 20, you know how much people are going to fit in it. No, we don't want to. We want to promote dignity. We don't want to put people in the cramped situations, right? But our main concern is the elderly, the children, and the women. Yeah, you see the man them can't sleep on ground, little, and can't sleep on sheet and
I saw the treat man all the while, man. I saw the treat man.
Man back broad and man back.
That's what you say. And that's I see it. You saw the steer.
So what we want to do is we want to see if we can get 10 containers given out during the month of December. And everybody asked me the same question: how you going to decide who going to get the containers? Well, let me tell you something. Right now, we have a little bit of a crisis going on at the Petersfield High School, where there are 185 people that are going to be turned out because the school needs to reopen in January. We can't come, right? But what it is that our responsibility as citizens should not, you notice I don't say nothing about government. Government knows their responsibility. But we as citizens, these are our brothers and sisters. We are brothers keepers. If we don't see government moving fast enough, we can get together. And this little GoFundMe that I initiated said that if 1,000 people give $8,000 Jamaican, we can get 10 containers given out. $8,000. You know, so when them girls go hairdresser, you know they must spend 15 and 20,000 pound one hairstyle.
For them ear alone.
Yes, so if each person who is listening to this now can just go and donate $8,000, 1,000 people, $8,000, we're gone clear. We can give out 10 containers, right? We are second guessing ourselves now because of the crisis situation, and what we might do is use 2 containers, put them 20 feet apart, and put a zinc roof and over that, and create a covered area where we're now going to be able to hold maybe up to 15 to 18 people in that space.
So what we're going to do about toilet and them something there?
Well, the same company that sells the containers, they also have a standalone wet bathroom, which is $77,000. So we can buy one of those. The problem is that we're going to have to get it connected to either a sewage system or a soakaway.
Yeah, that's not saying which that is a problem there, so. That
is a problem, but guess what? You know, we as citizens, we can do so much and no more, and we are definitely going to require the technical expertise of the technocrats in government to assist us, because remember, we are fast tracking something that they probably won't start doing until February, because it takes 40 to 60 days for these container homes that they have in mind to be shipped from China. So we are trying to fast track and stand in the gap. You understand what I'm saying? There are perhaps 40 of these containers on the island right now. So we just want to be able to capture 10 of those in December, then probably January again we hit another 10. But this is contingent on people who are listening and people who follow me on Instagram, to be able to say, boy, we're going to donate a $50 US or $8,000 Jamaican towards this initiative.
I say $8,000 is one at the container, that's what I say?
No, it is just one container costs about 800,000. But
800,000.
If 1,000 people put in the $8,000, boom, we'll already be able to take care of.
You mean put in the 800,000?
All they have to do is put in $8,000, and then if 1,000 people do that, that's $800,000 right there. So you understand?
Yeah, but that is only one container.
Well, one container for one. Well, guess what? The company that I am dealing with has kindly said that if I buy one container, they'll give me one free. So technically, yes, that is 876 Imports. She has kindly given me that offer, and that's very kind of her. We are very appreciative. So the more money we can collect is the more containers we can get, and we have no reason to be anything else but transparent. This is an initiative to promote dignity and empowerment, because guess what? If you don't have a roof over your head and a place to sleep, you can't think clear enough. You can't figure out how you're going to get yourself back on your feet. You see, if you have a bed to sleep in and a roof over your head, you can say, all right, now we need to go at the wholesale and see if we can buy some things and sell them over Christmas. You understand? What we are trying to do is protect the nervous system of our brothers and sisters by helping them to put back a roof over their head. Now, there are other initiatives that are actually repairing roofs, right? But that's not my area of expertise. To me, the most quick way to get roof over people's heads right now is to drop these containers. Because you know what is happening, Uta? Yeah. People are saying, all right, let me donate some piece of wood and some ply and some zinc. And by the time the people then wake up tomorrow morning, everything gone. People then thief the zinc gone sell it. The people then thief the ply. You understand?
Yeah.
So until things stabilize a little, we feel as if the container homes, and I'm not looking at a container as a home, I'm looking at the container as a nucleus. That is the starting point. You can build to the left, you can go on a room to the left, put on a room to the right, put on a room to the back. Yeah?
All right. We have to move now. We have to move.
Yes.
We have to move. Give thanks to the time.
Yes, and people can find me on Instagram, Paula Herlock, and they'll be able to see the GoFundMe there and just contribute to the GoFundMe.
All right, give thanks, sister. Yes, Paula.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Paula Herlock, man, I tell you, holistic wellness person who have a whole heap of clients, I must say, whole heap of clients, trust me. And that is really what we love about these things. And we must remember, we are trying to wake up Jamaica. It's that time again when we present the African names. Now if them names sound familiar with you, it's because we do them already, but some woman back me up down at the mall there and said, look, Yamuta, you mentioned 3 names one day. And them can't remember the name them. So they might ask me for do it over and then we find a which name. I hope them are listening because we're not going to do it over again, We're not going to do it over again. So here we start with the female name. Adonai. Adonai means sweet. A-D-U-N-N-I. Adonai. Adonai means sweet. Afafa. Afafa. A-F-A-A-F-A. Afafa means virtue. Virtue. Afifa. Afifa. A-F-I-F-A. Afifa means virtuous. Virtuous. And Akenke. Akenke. A-K-E-N-K-E. Akenke means precious daughter. So that's Adonai. A-D-U-N-N-I means sweet. Afafa. A-F-A-A-F-A. Afafa means virtue. Afifa. A-F-I-F-A. Afifa means virtuous. And Akenke means precious daughter. Male names. Akile. Akile. A-K-I-L-I. Akile. Akile means born strong. Amar. A-M-A-R. Amar means long life. Amadi. Amadi. A-M-A-D-I. Amadi means one who stand tall. And Arifa. Arifa. A-R-I-F-A. Arifa means knowledgeable. Knowledgeable. So that's Akile. A-K-I-L-I. Akile means born strong. Amar. A-M-A-R means long life. Amadi. A-M-A-D-I. Amadi means one who stands tall. And Arifa. A-R-I-F-A. Arifa means knowledgeable.
And now the details. A somber mood hangs over the Spice Hill community in Duncan's Trelawney after 2 residents perished in a motor vehicle crash along Queens Highway in Discovery Bay, St. Anne this morning. Dead are 29-year-old medical professional Ashley Williams and her boyfriend Dale Robert Williams. The couple leaves behind a 3-year-old daughter. Reports are that shortly after 10 a.m., Mr. Williams was driving a RAV4 with Miss Williams as a passenger when, upon reaching a section of the road, he overtook a line of traffic and collided with a highest motor vehicle which was being driven in the opposite direction. The couple and the 3 occupants from the highest were taken to hospital where Mr. and Miss Williams died. The others have been admitted for treatment. Mr. Williams' uncle Dean told RFM News that the family is not coping well. He said their 3-year-old daughter is unaware of the tragedy and is expecting them to return home. He noted that Miss Williams would have turned 30 next Friday, December 19.
Body break down, so they run, try to take a fresh up pill and to some water. And I say, and the excess of boy, it might be, make it and then doctor tell us the boy and such. But it was sudden, he just left the yard and then he go there and come back. Just leave her with that and his sister.
Dean, uncle of crash victim Ashley Williams. Meantime, Sian Lawrence, who worked with Miss Williams at hospital in St. James, described her as a wonderful person.
Ashley was a nice girl, nice, God-fearing girl. She always smiling, always upbeat. When I see her, you see her smile. First thing that you see when I see her, you know? Every time I see her, I always say to her, so, where's the pretty baby that you have? She always like, say I'm alright though. He really shook hospital. I'm not going to lie. Not just me, but the whole floor, The whole hospital family has been shook by this devastating incident,
Hospital worker Sian Lawrence. St. Anne, St. James, and St. Catherine have recorded most of the country's 91 suspected leptospirosis cases. St. James has the highest with 19, followed by St. Anne and St. Catherine with 13 each. Principal Medical Officer and National Epidemiologist Dr. Karen Webster-Carr gave an update during a press briefing this morning. She said, as at yesterday, of the 91 suspected leptospirosis cases recorded post-Hurricane Melissa, 30 have been confirmed.